Al-Qaeda, terror in, the Al-Shabaab, this brand names of terror in Africa. What is your take on the situation first, and what needs to be done?
Thank you very much for inviting me here. Let me first say that I don't see a dialogue only on security in Africa. There are other dimensions, there are essentials, and we could not dissociate security with economic development. Today, let me say at the beginning, everybody is interested in Africa. Sometimes we get confused because there is a lack of coherence. There is the China-Africa dialogue, Korea-Africa, the India-Africa, now Turkey, the joint action EU-Africa since the Brussels summit, and the last one was in Washington in August between USA and Africa.
France has also a summit.
France, they have another dialogue, but now it is within the Francophonie. Okay. But I said EU as a whole in dialogue with Africa. So sometimes I said, as African partners, we are lost. We need this dialogue. It's important. We need this kind of solidarity, but we need some coherence in the action towards Africa. Sometimes we feel that our partners, I think it's not true, are only interested in the resources of Africa. But I believe that today we need a comprehensive and holistic approach as far to deal with Africa. Security, yes. Security is important, but it's not the only way how to face the challenges. I know today, I'm not specialist on security, but security today represents a real threat in Africa. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, Boko Haram, Ansar Din, Al-Shabaab, all these kind of ideologist movements that are harming the development of Africa. And still, we still haven't the necessary tools to face these kind of challenges. Yes, thanks to the French intervention and within the Security Council and upon the demand of the Malian government, we were able to fight terror in Mali, but we were not able to chase Al-Qaeda. Because today Al-Qaeda is in Libya and elsewhere. Now, I will make one point. We have to have a real policy towards the terrorist movement in Africa. Because if we don't act through the appropriate tools, through trust, through a real political will, we will have the same chaotic situation in the Arab world, especially with the resurgence of the Daesh and Fahsh movement because Boko Haram can turn Al-Qaeda also. And this, I think, it's a major security threat. No, it's good to have security cooperation in the field of intelligence, yes, to send peacekeeping force to solve the conflicts. But if we don't have the peace-building strategy, we cannot face this kind of strategies. You see, there are almost 8 missions of peacekeeping in Africa today. But, a lot of difficulties, and we didn't solve the problem. So, to face these challenges, we need cooperation. We need access to markets. I will briefly, just outline the major concerns. We need also, as African, to do our own homework as far as regional integration, as far as good governance, accountability, and political and implementing political democracy in our countries. It's something we need to do, but we need to do it respecting also, this is important, the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of countries. Because today, the major issues and problems facing Africa is through the borders. And this is, of course, we need to have a concrete and holistic approach. And we need also to have tools. Natalie was talking about tools. And today here, I would just give an example. how we were able to face a major security threat with different approach. It was between two more people in this room, Miguel Ángel Moratinos and Nathalie de la Pan. When we imaginated, when we were able to transform a migratory crisis in the region through a comprehensive and a partnership which gathers all the countries of transit, like Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, the countries of destination of migration, like Europe, and the countries of origin. Because we said that we could not solve these issues, Miguel Ángel, through only Frontex, or we need to have something that we cook together, and the importance was given to development. One issue also I want to make in fighting security and terrorist threat, and that Morocco today is doing, is South-South cooperation. We need to and we had a very successful stories in investing in Africa. But also, if we have time, we can talk about this. One dimension which is essential today in Morocco, and what we're doing is what we call the spiritual and the cultural dimension. To be able to face all these extremists, when we are now training the imams, because Islam, in any case, is a tolerant religion. Islam is present in Africa, and only through de-radicalization and the promotion of the real values of Islam, which is tolerant, based on solidarity, on shared, at the end of the day, is on shared values that we work. This is the way how we are training now the imams, and this, I think, is one of the major tools. At the end of the day, and I will summarize, what is important and what is a priority for us is how to create jobs, how to promote growth in the continent, Africa, with a lot of expectations, with a lot of resources, human and natural resources. Maybe I would lack in something. But what is important is to create jobs and to promote growth. And today, Africa has changed. Africa is not anymore an exporter of raw materials. Africa now has a middle class. It still is. Yeah. But we have another assets today. We have a middle class, we have people who are consuming, and we have an ambition to work in partnership and to create growth. Of course, we need to face all of our challenges, security, others, Ebola, and so on. But I think today, what I can say, what we need is more cooperation, and we need to do our own homework as far as regional integration, which is now to do the unequal, as Pascal Lamy was saying. If it is working today very well in East Africa, maybe at the level of Western Africa, and the Maghreb is not working for many reasons. But we need to have a clear vision. And I was impressed this morning by the President of Korea when she insisted on trust, on the role of private sector. And this is exactly the Moroccan vision. We need trust in our project, but we also need to involve the private sector in investing in the region and in creating jobs, and then hope and to fulfill our ambitions.
Thank you, Ambassador.